Hey, welcome back, everybody. Ever since we've gotten together with her, we've learned so much about Chinese medicine, but specifically how acupuncture can support much more than I realized, and I think any of us realize. And we're going to talk about more of those things today. That's just part of her practice. She does herbals, she consults all in the wheelhouse of Chinese medicine. Dr. Kelly from New York City is back with us. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good, Steve. How are you doing?
Very well, and looking forward to learning more. And let's start with a an email that we got from Dawn in Frankfurt, Maine. Instant feedback, Steve at gmail.com. If you ever want to reach out to us. She says, I heard you talk about acupuncture to smooth wrinkles in the face. Can you please explain how this all works? So we had talked
Yes,
about that a while ago, how acupuncture on your face can possibly replace even Botox, smoothing things out. How does that work?
actually, recently, several patients came to my office because of the facial rejuvenation. They told me, they said, Dr. Kelly, my friend, they go to get Botox, they go to get surgery, they tighten their skin to get rid of wrinkles, but I don't want to do that because there are a lot of side effects about that. So can you use acupuncture to help me so I don't need to go to get Botox or surgery something? I said, yes. I have been treating, several patients for facial rejuvenation and it's worked pretty well. Even including myself, actually, I treated myself also. I also have several patients, all kind of age, past 40, past 50, even past 70, even 80 years old.
Wow. Wow.
And the result is, to be honest, very amazing. Like this 80 years old lady, I just treated her so far three times. I can tell her face is not so puffy anymore. It's like more tightened. And the wrinkles and face dropping is so much improved. She's 80 years old, but she doesn't look like 80 years old. Her skin is so much better, and she's a very nice person on the first place. I mean, people who are nice usually looks younger on the first place.
Wow. What is actually going on here? Because the Botox, we know that I'm going to explain this as best I can, but it it freezes the muscle, so to speak. So it doesn't create, wrinkles on your face here and there. That's not what happens here with acupuncture, with facial rejuvenation. What's actually going on?
Yes, and Steve, you're absolutely right. For Botox, it basically frees your muscle. So when you smile, when you're angry, you don't have real facial expression anymore. That's why you kind of like don't have wrinkles. But acupuncture, on the other hand, is very different. So what acupuncture does is, there are a lot of functions about acupuncture. One of the function is I talk about maybe in another episode already. Like when we start to pass age 30, our qi blood starts to decline. It's like a balloon, right? When you first have the balloon, it's full of air. It's beautiful. But after we pass age 30, doesn't matter you're a guy or you're a woman, the qi kind of starts to leaking out from the balloon. That's why, our muscle start to decline. We start to have a little bit of wrinkle. We start to have, the drooping, kind of like sagging, right? But acupuncture, what we can do is one, we can tonify the qi and blood. We kind of put back the air into the balloon. That's why people who usually get acupuncture regularly, they look younger than
Mhm.
their real age. So that's one of the function. So tonify qi and blood. So give you more qi and blood. So you look younger than your real age. That's only one of the function.
Chi in the blood. Chi, as we talked a few times, and I so many people define chi differently. You know,
Yes.
talking to you and just observing, to me, it seems like chi is a certain energy that's within that can flow through your blood as well. Would you say that's kind of accurate?
Yeah, most people actually translate the qi as energy. That's the most popular translation, we know. But I don't really think energy is the 100% accurate about the qi, but
Uh-huh.
I couldn't find a better word. So we just take like that. If one day I can figure out another word, um, I will give to you. I will let people know.
Yeah, you can't quantify it. It's not like you can say, Dr. Kelly, give me a prescription for chi. I need some chi today. You know, can't get it in, isn't, as far as I know, there's chai tea, but no chi tea. Uh, but it's just the only thing I can think of is energy, positive energy. Maybe it's a vibration. That's how I look at it as I study energy, and I've been doing that for like 3, 4 years now. Um, let's move over to something else that acupuncture can support with. So, things that you wouldn't normally think. Facial rejuvenation, we just identified as one of those. The other one, bunions. So many women, especially, deal with challenges with bunions. Wearing certain types of shoes can be painful. This one's a new one for me. Tell us more about this, Dr. Kelly.
Yes, actually, it's interesting, right? Acupuncture can treat so many problems. We just talk about the facial rejuvenation. Actually, I mentioned my my patient who is 80 years old lady. She's very nice. On the first thing I noticed, she's super nice. Second thing is she's 80. She has a lot of problem, very complex situation actually. So the first thing she mentioned is she said, Dr. Kelly, I have the foot pain, like bunny, right? People usually call it bunny, like you have the big bones stick out on the medial side of your foot. When I look at it, it's like red and it's swollen. And she said it's so painful, she barely can walk.
So, yes, and I know many women that can't wear certain shoes or they have pain from bunions. So, am I getting this right that using acupuncture can remove the pain? Obviously, if you want to remove the bone structure because of a bunion, that is surgery. There's no way around it. So, if it's pain, you can take care of it. If it's aesthetics with the bone sticking out, that's surgery. Is that right?
So first, one thing is she didn't want to do any surgery. So when I look at it, it's so in Chinese medicine we have a different term with Western medicine, right? So when I look at it, because it's red, it's swollen and it's painful. In Chinese medical term, it's like damp heat. So that's why it's red, it's swollen and it's painful. So what I did is I use other points, right? When I treat a patient, I usually treat the whole body. But over there, just for the bunny, so I put some needle just around it. We call it surround the dragon. The bunny over there is like a dragon. So I put a needle just surround the dragon. And just like one treatment, her bunny is already like not so much swollen anymore. Is the red came down. It's not red anymore. It's kind of like get back to the normal skin color as her rest of the foot. And she reported to me it's not so much painful anymore. That's only one treatment. So I'm very happy because she's so nice. I want to help her. But one treatment, she said my foot is so not so much pain. I can walk. So I'm very happy for her.
My gosh. Now think of this. If that woman had a wedding to go to and has to or wants to wear certain shoes, there's not even a chance with that kind of pain from a bunion. But she could visit you, potentially you alleviate that pain, at least for the wedding or maybe even for a long period of time. Um, Amazing. That really is amazing. I would have never thought that acupuncture could take away the pain from a bunion.
Yes, so I'm surprised too because usually the older, it takes longer time. But to her, actually, it's pretty fast. I'm very happy actually for her. And this actually we can talk about several problems around her foot. So she got bunny. She also has like edema on her ankle, actually on the foot. So her ankle is swollen too. Not only the bunny causes the pain, she also has swollen ankle. I also treated her swollen ankle, and her ankle edema like decreased also a lot. So before it was like this. After one treatment, it like really shrink. So she's also very happy about that too. So her foot got so much better just with one acupuncture treatment. But I go back to her like twice a week because she's the she's the lady live with me in the same building. So I just go to her apartment to treat her,
Gotcha.
and yeah, it's very convenient for her.
Well, it's like it used to be back in the day. Doctor makes house calls, you know. Um, what are some of the other things that, well, okay, before we go there, pain reduction, pain relief, acupuncture. If somebody comes to you with pain, let's say in a shoulder, maybe a rotator cuff issue, um, or maybe they have bad ankles and they get, pain there, whatever it might be. Would you say, Dr. Kelly, usually, not, we're not going to say always, but usually, can you find the meridians that you can use acupuncture in to reduce that pain?
Yes, actually, I have several patients come to me for shoulder pain, lower back pain, neck pain stuff. And I can talk about these patients as an example. So she came to me mainly for facial rejuvenation. But the second time she also mentioned about her shoulder pain. She said, Dr. Kelly, I come to you for facial rejuvenation, but I got the shoulder pain. So can you also help me? I said, of course. When I treat patient, I usually treat the whole body, not just because you're doing facial rejuvenation. I only treat your face. I treat your whole body. So let's treat your shoulder. So on the shoulder, you mentioned about the channel. Yes, that's right. When we have some problem, we usually target on which channel, like large intestine or Sanjiao channel. We pick some points. So for her shoulder pain, there are some channels like Sanjiao channel points I picked. There are also large intestine channel I picked. Also, there are some local point. We call it Ashi point. It's like I let her point to me where exactly is the most painful point. She may say, "Oh, it's right over here." I will put the needle right over there. And usually, in a lot of cases, so over there are some qi and blood stagnation. Sometimes it can be deep. So the first time I let her actually sit, I didn't let her lie down for. I said, "Sit over here." I put the needle on the most painful point. She pointed out to me, and I really like manipulate the needle, try to break down the qi and blood, the stagnation over there. She said, "Oh my God, Dr. Kelly, light is the point." She
Wow.
said, "Light is the pinpoint, and you got it." So she felt much better relief right after. Then I let her lie down and treat her facial rejuvenation stuff.
Dr. Kelly, if somebody came to you for multiple reasons, let's say I want facial rejuvenation using acupuncture, I also got a little shoulder issue here too. Would you treat both of those at the same time?
Yes, because for example, facial rejuvenation, when you let patient face up, right? They lie down face up, so I can put the needle on the face because that's their main concern. But if they have shoulder pain, if the pain point is on the back, I usually let them sit first. They sit on the table, I treat the shoulder. Then I will see whether the needle will, block them when they're lying down or something. If not, I will let them lying down. Then I will treat the facial, and I will, also put some point on other around that area for the shoulder pain. So I always treat the patient for the whole body. That's why my patients love me because it's not only one problem. I treat your whole body.
Amazing. How about the length of time the needles have to be in? I know that's, we've talked about that before. People avoid acupuncture. There's a needle involved, but as we've identified, the needle is so fine. It's not even close to the size of the needle that they use even to draw blood. Um, how long are those needles typically put in? How do you decide how long they're going to stay in?
So usually if the patient not rushing, and I usually let patients lying down like for about half an hour. So that is enough time usually for the tea and blood circulate in the whole body and also for the patient to have a very nice relax. Because nowadays we all have a lot of stress. A lot of people don't have very good sleep. So when people come in for my office do acupuncture, after I put the needle in, they feel very relaxed. A lot of patients reported to me said, I had the best deep sleep ever in your office. So that's why after I finish in all the needles, I will let patients take a nap for about half an hour. So that's what usually I give to my patient and they love it.
Wow. Okay, so it doesn't matter what you're getting acupuncture for. Typically, it relaxes you or can
Yes.
to the point where you just want to take a little nap.
Yes, you can just come in doing some acupuncture. You will have the very relaxed and have the best nap ever because most of my patients, I mean, almost everyone, I think my office is very relaxed, very calming. They really love it. So, especially nowadays, a lot of people have insomnia. They either couldn't fall in sleep or they couldn't stay in sleep. So they don't really have the quality of sleep our body needs. So when they got up, they feel like fatigue. They don't feel have enough energy to start the day. They have to drink coffee or something. But after they start to get acupuncture from me, I like seriously said, Dr. Kelly, I don't drink so much coffee anymore. Later on, they said, I don't even need to drink coffee anymore. So it's really acupuncture can give them more energy.
Wow. Is there anything, what else? We have a couple of minutes left here. Other things that many would not think acupuncture supports. We talked about facial rejuvenation, bunions today. Anything else that a little bit different that we might not realize?
Actually, recently I had a patient who got like a breast cancer. So her doctor like did surgery, then want to do radiation, chemotherapy, but she doesn't really like that kind of idea because she knows, there are side effects about the radiation and chemotherapy, because it's just too much, right? The radiation chemotherapy not only kill the cancer cell but also kill the normal cell. That's why people feel very fatigued, they feel nauseous, they couldn't eat. Everything just going off the balance. So she came to me, she said, Dr. Kelly, can you help me? So I said, I cannot guarantee you, acupuncture can treat cancer, but we do can support you for the, after surgery maintenance, like give you more energy, like make you don't feel so nauseous, don't feel the pain stuff. That's what we can do. So yeah, I treated her. She feel very nice.
My gosh. So let's say somebody's going through a cancer journey. There's chemotherapy, radiation, side effects from that, like you said, nausea, potentially, and some other things. Um, acupuncture can potentially relieve some of those symptoms.
Yes, yes, absolutely. Actually, now in some hospitals, they also have acupuncture to treat the patient after the chemo radiation stuff because they know patients will feel horrible to do the surgery, to have the chemo and the radiation. It's kind of like common sense now. Any people who have a big surgery, like do the chemo or radiation, people will feel very painful, like their sleep was gonna be messed up, their digestion gonna be messed up. But acupuncture is kind of like well known now. it can make people feel so much better. The pain decrease, the digestion getting better. So nowadays, the more and more people like acupuncture because they realize how good acupuncture is and how effective acupuncture can do to a lot of sickness or disease we didn't realize before.
There's a place for modern medicine. There's a place for all of this. That being said, when it comes to acupuncture, you personally, maybe your family, um, do you not take traditional medication? There are times where you have to. I get that. All of us, certain maybe an antibiotic depends on what you're dealing with. But for the most part, things that we have a headache, we take ibuprofen. We have other things going on here. For you, Dr. Kelly, do you not take any of that stuff because you use acupuncture?
Actually, to be honest, I haven't touched any medicine for many, many, many years because, for example, I used to have migraine. Like any people who had migraine know it's horrible. It's painful. You have nausea. You couldn't do anything. I used to take Tylenol, but after I started to getting into the Chinese medicine field, I don't take pills anymore because one thing I know is only treat the branch. It doesn't really treat the root, right? Why I had a migraine, right? Migraine a lot of time, not every time. Migraine from the stress. When you have stress, usually people have migraine. Like for example, you have a deadline need to catch, right? Then you very stressful, then you got migraine. So after I started Chinese medicine, I realized I need to treat my root. For example, my liver, my poor liver just, is too stressed. That's why I had migraine. So I use acupuncture. I couldn't recall last time I had a migraine. It's basically gone.
Amazing. I kind of thought that would be your answer, that you haven't taken medication in years, but I was curious. I had to ask. It's just amazing. You're located in New York City, obviously, for acupuncture. That is a visit, it's a one-on-one, but you can also support others with virtual consultations, herbal medicine, anything under the umbrella of Chinese medicine. I guess outside of acupuncture. What's the best way to find you, Dr. Kelly?
So they can call me at 347-885-1865, or they can go to my website, kelly121acupuncture.com, or they can email me, info@kelly121acupuncture.com.
Always wonderful talking with you. Love your insight. Just love the info. Totally changed my view of acupuncture as it did for many of us. And I appreciate you being here today.
Thank you, Steve.
Thank you, Dr. Kelly. We'll be right back.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.